This is Acceptable Vices for September 25th, 2015. Tonight, we're all going to war. Hey everyone, this is Acceptable Vices. I'm your happy host, Victor Frost, and tonight on the show, we are playing once again one of our good friend Derek's very special games. We're playing, what's it called, Derek? Total Recall?
It is tactical warfare. Good. God damn. All right, no. You got me in the first 5 seconds. This is not... All right, so the game's called Patrol. It's a Vietnam War game.
Patrol. There we go. I don't know why I put Total... I don't know why I thought it was Total Recall.
I have a Total Recall game in testing right now.
Oh, there we go. Patrol.
It's called Get Your Ass to Mars.
Oh man, can you imagine like a fucking cross version of Tactical Waifu and fucking Patrol? Like Vietnam Waifu?
The first test of that tank game that I wrote, Hell on Treads, we played Girls in Panzer. So
Oh, that's
I actually like that
show.
manga more than I probably should, just because it is so light and happy and also full of tanks.
I started watching that show to make fun of it and loved it by the end.
Yes.
I was like halfway. I watched the entire first episode, and at that point, I'm like, "This is so fucking stupid."
The first episode is like a deception in that show because like it's some sort of secret trick to make you think that it is not the show that it is, because the actual show is just stupid tank battles, episode after episode.
Yep.
All right, I'll have to give it another shot. But anyways, we are playing a game wherein, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we are all Australian soldiers in Vietnam.
I've actually finished.
True.
I've been hiding it from you all this time.
So we have Churba and we have Nelson, who's been suspiciously quiet. Nelson, speak, would you?
I've been in the shit, man.
So we've made our character sheets. We've been given a brief on the rules. Derek, can you give the audience a very quick rundown on the on how this game is going to work?
All right, so Patrol is it's the spiritual successor to a Palladium game from back in the 80s called Recon. But unlike that game, it's good. No.
Ouch.
Well, 80s. Anyway, I love that game. I say it, but from love.
He's taking a piss.
So the way that this game plays is that for the people playing it, it's just a regular RPG. What makes it interesting is on the GM side, you're playing with real-world, real-scale maps. Turns advance all the time, not just in combat, half-hour intervals, and so you actually get to make the players manage supplies and water and food and all that stuff. It's a war game, so you complete objectives and stuff like that. And sort of the main fun thing is the dice system. Do you all have a bunch of D6s or the ability to roll a bunch of dice?
Give me like 30 seconds to pull up a dice rolling website. Yes.
So you roll a shitload of dice in this game. It's one of the considerations I had was I wanted rolling dice to feel like.
Holy crap! I typed in dice roller into my address bar to search for a website that does that, and Google rolled a 6-sided die for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not going to be rolling one 6-sided die though. Remember how your characters all have like 6 or 7 on all your abilities, or like 9 or 10? That's how many dice you're going to be rolling. You can roll as many as 20 at a time.
Okay
Sixes,
then. Well,
6s are successes and 1s are failures. If you roll 1s, sometimes bad things will happen. Sometimes they won't, depending on it. But if you roll more failures than successes, things go very poorly. It's called a foobar roll, and it generally indicates that something hideous has gone wrong. For example, if you're trying to throw a grenade and you roll foobar, you drop the grenade at your feet. This is why you want to be skilled, as being skilled makes 5 successes.
yeah. Well, as always, I think I'll default to using the Wizards of the Coast dice rolling page, which looks like it was made in 1995 and was never updated. But hey, it works.
It still has the 3.5 visual style.
All right. So, let's get going, and you can walk us through the mechanics as we go. How's that sound?
Absolutely. You guys will barely have to touch any mechanics.
Fucking A, my kind of game.
So, oh wait, one last thing before we get going on the actual game. I would like all of you to tell me, what is your character's name? What is his job, his MOS? What is their alignment? And what are they smoking today?
Well, seeing as I'm the only one who has a name in their sheet at the moment, I'll go first. My character's name is Hawkeye Pierce, named after Hawkeye from MASH. He is a marksman, and he is idealistic. He doesn't like war. He just wants it to end, and the sooner he can go home, the better.
Nelson, the name column is literally like the next bar below where you've written
Follow my own rules.
Excellent.
I have these little pop-ups coming up for comments. We have a commenter on the live stream named Seth Daizai. He says, "Hello, notice me, senpai."
Well, you have been
That's
noticed.
a different game I wrote.
That's a different game. You want what's
That's
that one?
fucking two different games you've written, all written
two
now.
of them, yeah.
One of
Yeah.
them's published.
Yeah,
The
one
other
of them.
we're still waiting for.
Yeah, I rewrote it all recently. It's now like
Derek,
Monster
I'll
Hearts.
fucking axe you, dude. Come on.
It's actually done now, though, ish. We can probably
Done
play
now,
it.
though, ish.
We
That's
can
a
play it next Acceptable Vices. But I need your characters for this one. Before we can play
Okay.
Magical Girls, die in Vietnam.
All right, Churba.
Yes.
Who's your character?
Name, rank, and serial number.
Yeah. There's a serial
Okay.
number generator in the real book.
Nice.
I'll be playing Frank Cage. I am the point man of this tiny little squad, and I'm a very pragmatic sort of guy.
All
And
right.
today, I'm smoking fucking some Champion Ruby.
All right. Nelson.
So,
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm by the way, I'm smoking Winston's because Winston's taste good like a cigarette should.
I think that's actually illegal to do cigarette
No.
jingles on podcasts. I think the
No,
FCC is
because-
going to go after you.
You're
Well, no,
advertising
because Winston's not a brand of cigarette anymore.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
Well, they haven't
I had
used
a
that
coworker-
jingle in forever.
That's true.
So.
My name is PFC, I think, Johnson. I am a radio telephone operator. I will be bringing down the pain from the sky today. I am very pragmatic, so don't be there when I bring down said pain. And I am smoking Pelmels.
All right. So, it's before the crack of dawn, as is usual, when you and 3 of your useless rifleman buddies, one of them has some medic training, keep him alive. They don't even have names, that's how generic these guys are all called into the command tent. It's barely even a tent, which tells you how barely anything it is, where your commanding officer, who I declined to name, tells you, all right, so you probably didn't get that much sleep last night, he says in his thick Australian accent. I will not try imitating. You may have noticed all the mortar shells falling around and sometimes in our base. So we're sending everybody out in small patrols to see if they can find them. Because this is a very briefly run game and I'm not going to try to simulate all the other squads moving around, you guys are the only people in the base. The base consists of your commanding officer, 6 guys, and a couple of New Zealanders on an artillery piece. So, as you've all seen the map, we have 5 villages. They are conveniently named 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there are 2 roadblocks that are manned by a couple of your friends, and they're named A and B. Your job, you don't really get to choose if you accept it or not, is to range out somewhere to the northeast. East? Yes, somewhere to the northeast, there is a mortar. Find it, make it stop doing the mortar thing. That's your job.
Uh-huh.
So the orange lines are roads, the blue is rivers,
Do the mortar thing.
and the yellow is grassland. Everything else is thick-ass jungle.
Stick is, cuz.
So,
All right.
what do you do?
What do you do?
What are the numbered markers on our maps?
The numbered markers are all villages.
Hmm.
What is the disposition of the natives to us at this point in time?
So, village number 1, they're real friendly and corrupt as hell because basically they've been living off of all of the money of the people who wander off base. They also probably don't know anything useful because they, don't really rub shoulders with any of the other villagers anymore now that they have their fancy Western money. Village number 2 is the largest village, fishing village. They're kind of apathetic to the whole war thing. They don't really listen to anyone, and they pretty much act like anybody who wanders through the area isn't there. Village number 3, they're a bunch of bastards. We tried talking to them the other week, and they started throwing rocks at us. Village number 4, equally bastards. Though, admittedly, it might be because we bombed them a couple times. That was, our bad. Village number 5, they're pretty cool dudes. They provide some of the local patrols and support, and they commit some of their young men to the local Popular Front fighters. You might run into them.
Okay.
The Popular Front are good guys. To your reckoning.
What's over at the B tent over there?
So A and B over there are both roadblocks. They're manned by a squad each, and it's just like a little bit of barbed wire pulled across the road. Just they investigate anything coming down the road and make sure that nobody's smuggling guns or anything like that.
So they sound like a good place to go and get guns.
Maybe.
Okay. So we need to go find mortars and stop them from mortaring.
Yes. So you're going to need something more to go on, which is why I go out, talk to people, shoot them, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
So where are you going to go, and how are you going to go there?
I think we should go and poke about at the village number 2.
Number 2, deep in the delta.
In the delta.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Because village number 1 don't give a fuck. And village number 2.
Also, it's a little bit tricky to tell height from this map, but if we're looking for artillery, I think we should probably start looking for wherever's slightly higher than the rest of the very flat delta plain.
The lighter parts are higher.
Okay. Yeah, we want to be heading the other way in that case. Though we could hit 2 and then just follow the delta up.
Yeah.
See if we
That sounds like a plan.
fucking sampan or some shit.
All right.
All right. To village number 2.
You want to take a straight line there or follow the road as long as it will take you?
Let's follow the road.
Yeah.
All right. So you start moving up the road. Boop, boop, boo. I'm moving your little icon here, but nobody can see it.
Nope.
So you're just moving at a regular pace. You can run if you'd like, or you can take it slow and observe the surroundings, but that will take a long time.
I'm assuming that since we're starting from HQ, you're moving us along Road A?
Yes, I'm moving you along Road A.
Okay. For those of you at home who want to follow along, there'll be a link to the map in the show notes.
Let's take it fast until we get to the checkpoint, and then take it a little slower.
All right, so you blitz your way to the checkpoint. It barely takes you. It takes you less than a turn, but turns are the smallest unit of time. So you reach the checkpoint. It is about 6:30 in the morning, and your friends who are manning the checkpoint, they wave enthusiastically, and they go to move the barbed wire aside for you to pass through. Are you going to talk to them? Talking is a free action. Go ahead. What are you going to ask them? What's going on?
Yeah. Let's talk to our brothers in arms and say,
Yeah,
hey,
sure,
hey, guys, do you see any? Do you happen to know? Perhaps you noticed where the mortar fire has been coming from? Do you see any smoke or shit?
So the one of their sergeant who's leading the squad, he's like, yeah, we it was quite the light show last night. We thought we heard something coming down through the through the north, like the sound of maybe the mortars firing. But we also heard quite a commotion in the village number 2, as we have designated it. They probably have a name, but who can remember it? So I would check either of those places.
Mm-hmm.
And he also says I would be a little careful on the road ahead, though. The mortar bombardment may have given them the cover to move and trap the road again. We weren't able to check it last night as we were all in our trench.
I think we should proceed to 2, and then rather than following the road north, follow the river north, one of the little tributaries.
Oh, you're saying cut direct east?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's cut direct east.
Cherbs, you're a point man. Opinion?
All right. Let's see. Let's try and find the tab with the map in it.
I'm picturing your character being exactly the same way, like turning the map over. Saigon, Hugh, Finland.
Yeah, let's head east over to village number 2. Sounds good to me.
All right. So, normally don't got to worry about formation or anything like this, but Chirba, you are the point man. Do you want to range ahead a little bit?
Yeah, probably should. Though I will, try and keep an eye out.
All right, and so in the jungle, let me just check real quick.
The mighty jungle?
Your stats here.
Holy
crap! This is a high vigilance squad.
Yeah.
So
welcome to Australia. This is my life.
So a long lifetime of looking out for venomous kangaroos and clock spiders have given you quite the vigilance. So Chirba, you can actually range a full 90 meters away from the squad, and they can still see you, and you can still see them.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that's pretty impressive.
Good. Yeah.
That's longer
90
than
meters.
that's longer than the
meters
close
should
range
be-
band.
Nice. Well,
So
90 meters should be outside the range of pretty much, unless they're custom building some very big fucking IEDs, then
that too.
like anything Claymore sized, the range for that should be about.
Mines
70
in this
meters.
game, other than claymores, mines in this game just affect the people who step on them. Claymores are really nasty though. You actually have to draw a line on the map, and you see everything that falls under it.
Ooh.
So does that mean technically, if they only affect the person who steps on them, could you get one? And
They'll affect the squad.
Not
They'll affect the squad they fall on. Like the shrapnel mines hit everybody in the squad for D6 -2, which is enough to possibly kill everyone.
See, I was just hoping you could just start running around with a backpack full of grenades, just lobbing them everywhere like a.
That's what
mad
our
bastard.
satchel charges are for. So you're cutting through the jungle here. This is going to slow you down a little, but you can. So one of the great things about cutting through the jungle is that you don't go any slower if you take it slow, basically. So you're going to be infiltrating through the jungle at this point. That gives you a stealth rating. It means the enemy will have to look a lot harder to find you. So let's start cutting through the jungle here.
So you'd say we're going to run through the jungle?
Yes.
Welcome to the jungle.
Wrong song, Victor.
Let me check your movement speed here. I've got a little chart.
Playing a Vietnam game, how have you not fucking got Credence like just on a loop in your head?
This game has a theme song. I might send it to you, Victor. Maybe you can put it over something.
Never too young for a Vietnam flashback.
22, 18, 27, 600, 300. All right. So I was just figuring out how fast you guys move.
I was just trying to
do have Run Through the Jungle in the background now.
So it takes you a lot of time, moving very cautiously, stopping every couple of minutes, all that sort of stuff, to get through the jungle. It takes you a full 3 hours to trunk through this. You move pretty slow in this game deliberately.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to set off any mines or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But the good news is that you don't run into anything terrible, no tigers, no Viet Cong, and you wander into village number 2. The moment that the first child sees you coming, everybody in the village scatters back to their huts. It's basically a ghost town when you get there, as best you can tell, because everybody has hidden inside, and you can just get a couple of glimpses of people, staring out the windows. They're usually a little bit bolder than this. Like, they usually deliberately and very obnoxiously pretend you don't exist. So something has clearly spooked them.
Something
feels going down in fucking Dongche Tap Village.
I want to go to the largest or most ostentatious hut.
All right.
And I want to pull out half of my carton of smokes, and I want to put the packs down in front of the hut.
So you are actually engaging a mechanic that is in the game. We are going to start interactions. So this is a bribe, which is cool. That gives you an automatic success if they want it, and everybody wants smokes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually have you roll something. You're going to be rolling a negotiate action, which is your Oh shit! None of you took. Okay, good. I just realized that none of you guys took any local language stuff, and you guys normally shouldn't be able to communicate whatsoever.
Well,
But,
I can do emotions.
I fucking work with a Vietnamese dude when I'm doing sound work. I spend a lot of time around that community. Trust me, I can communicate with these people despite knowing very little Vietnamamese.
You might be able to, but your character is shit out of luck. Or
I'm
would
just
be
going to do this and point to different directions.
I am going to be nice, and I'm going to say you have a phrase book, which lets you make interactions.
Fantastic.
An interpreter?
So
Just hanging out there?
You'll kill us all.
They're pretty close.
So what you're going to do to make your negotiate action here is a vigilance action. The difficulty is opposed, and you're going to try to convince them. So I would like you to roll your vigilance, and due to your phrase book, roll 2 extra dice.
11, 12. Rolling. 2, 3 6s, and 3 1s, and some other things. Are those other things?
Other things do not matter at all in this game.
Excellent.
So that's you. A little kid steps out of the tent, the hut, grabs a carton of cigarettes, dashes back in. You sort of wave at him cheerily. And apparently, endearingly enough, that a couple seconds later, a very wizened old man who is missing his hand at the wrist comes out, and he starts speaking in way too fast Vietnamese, and you're desperately thumbing through your notebook to keep up. But what?
I know. I will slow him down slightly by offering him a cigarette from my pack, and then lighting it for him.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Clever, clever.
That is an excellent idea, and I would like you to roll a communicate action. This is a free action, but it is also vigilance. Basically, this is like observation, but for talking. You get to ask questions if you pull it off, equal to your successes.
So that'll be vigilance 9.
Yes.
That I'm rolling. Lovely. 9 dice.
And you can borrow Nelson's phrase book. You guys can share equipment as free actions. So
1, 2, 3, 4 6s and a 5.
Nice. So how many 1s did you get?
1, and I also got 2 2s and a 3.
All right. So those don't matter, just 1s and 6s. So you get to ask me as many questions that I have to answer as you got successes. Though your 1 indicates you stumble a little bit at one point. You misread some stuff, and he looked very offended for a second. Yes?
Hello. You cut off.
Hey, man.
Oh, did I? Did I disappear? Oh, my internet might have... What's the last thing I said?
You can ask him questions and nothing.
As many questions...
I heard everything he had to say.
Really? You can ask as many questions as your successes.
Excellent.
So,
let's see.
What do you want to ask?
How many men? Don't
Is everybody all right?
That's an excellent first question. He says that nobody got hurt last night, but a couple of days ago, a Viet Cong commissar came through with his tax collectors, and they were very cruel to the village. Nobody is permanently hurt, but they went out and they torched some of the crop that had been collected so far, some of the rice, and they took the village water buffalo. So they are not very happy with the VC. Not that they're very happy with anybody at any time, but it looks like he's easing up a little bit on his hatred of the free world forces. Or at least he hates the VC more.
Quickly turn to the squad. How hard do you reckon it's going to be to get another water buffalo?
We could probably take it.
I'd be willing...
Stealing it from another village is right out. We can already see this is causing problems for people. I mean, this guy's giving the VC up to us because they robbed his water buffalo. You don't want to be giving up to the next guys who fucking get their water buffalo robbed.
Pass the buck
I'm just
down
wondering how horrible would it, how much damage would it possibly do to me to give them my rations?
Don't do that.
Don't do
that.
that.
Well, if this mission drags long, it won't be too much of a problem. If you get desperate, you can like.
If you give this expletive your rations, you're not getting any of mine.
I think it would be very in character for my alignment to give my rations.
If you run out of rations, I give you permission to eat Nelson's corpse.
So you're piling bribes on this dude, and he's looking increasingly sort of, hey, maybe I made some misjudgments here. Maybe the Australians are all right. Maybe don't burn down our village, please.
I'm gonna give him. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna give him my rations.
This game is getting weirdly accurate to history.
I'm gonna give him my rations.
All right. So you got any more questions? Because you got four questions left. What with all this bribery?
You should ask what weapons were they carrying and how many people were there.
Did you see how many people the commissar fella brought with him to collect your taxes and/or water buffalo?
So he had himself. He had 3 guards, one of whom is well known to the area. Well known, sort of. He was a bandit before the war, and now he's thrown in with the VC. And 2, they look like teenage kids, like no idea what the fuck they were doing. Plus 2 men who came from up north. They had khaki uniforms on. They had helmets. They had rifles. They looked very scary.
Does this bandit brother have a name?
He does, but I don't have the Vietnamese name generator written in my book yet.
Let's just call him the Mad Dog.
Yeah, I like that.
Shit.
It's the Mad Dog of bullshit. I like Mad Dog. That's awesome.
That's surprisingly close to how that translates from Vietnamese, actually.
Yeah, he's the guy from the Raid. So,
yeah, because remember how I gave the name of this village as Dong Chetty?
Yeah.
That roughly translates to shit pile.
All right, cool. So yeah, he's an old member of this village. Like, he's the guy's nephew.
Mm.
So you could say he's at the top of the pile.
Yeah. So the chief's nephew has come back, part of the Viet Cong, and they robbed the village, and he is fucking pissed. There we go. Now we got a story.
Can I commiserate as a free action because this guy's a knobhole?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Commiserate as a free action. That's the name of my D&D newsletter.
Yeah, stick that in the errata. Let's see, that means we should have 3 questions left? Or
you got 3 questions left.
Weapons, definitely. And then what is their opinion of the 3rd village? Because I think that's where the fire might be coming from.
All right.
Losing the tab with the
map. So for weapons, he describes that the commissar who came through was carrying just like a pistol. The men from up north, they all had proper assault rifles, like AK-47s. The 2 teenagers, they had both of them had like crappy little carbines, probably stolen from the Arvin, and the Mad Dog himself was carrying. He had a very, very large machete, and he had a machine pistol that formerly, it's very recognizable as one of the Swedish Ks that are carried by U.S. Special Forces. Scary motherfucker.
So.
And what was the other question? Village number 3?
Oh yeah, what's their opinions of them?
He spits. And he basically calls them traitors.
I think we might have to hit village number 3, gentlemen.
Mayhaps.
All right, you got 1 question left. What are you going to use it for?
We asked about the mortars, right?
Nope.
We did, yeah.
Well,
For what it's worth, I reckon they're probably the best place to put them if the Viet Cong are acting smart, which is up to Derek. Obviously. It is probably anywhere from D2, E2 to, well, D3, E3, that kind of area.
Mhm.
That little 6-square block just around those two.
Yeah, which means we're heading towards Village 3 anywho, so...
Yeah, exactly. We'll hit 3 on the way through, top off our canteens.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I know I do have one last question for this old gentleman.
yes.
Do you have any liquor? Because I swear that we're very dry here.
He laughs, like
Yes.
hand on your shoulder, like come in, come in.
Eh.
Which one of you guys are drinking?
I'm drinking.
I told you.
Nelson's got to be on the radio, so he's staying dry.
All right. So the two of
This is,
you,
this is Vietnam, man. Nelson is not staying dry.
I am going to be rolling to see how long you guys remain plastered. Because there's no small quantities in this game. If you drink, you're getting fucked up.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right.
What are we rolling, man?
Actually, yeah. Let me find my narcotics chart. I would like each of you to roll 2d6.
Okay.
2d6. Roll dice.
I rolled a 3 and a 5. Nelson stepped out for just a moment, so I'll roll for him as well. He rolled a 5 and a 5.
6 and 4 for me.
All right. So I want you to just
So I guess I successfully drank.
note those numbers down on your character sheet. Like add them together and note it.
Nelson,
keep-
you rolled a 5 and a 5.
For
Getting drunk.
Drinking.
You leave for 5 minutes. Discipline breaks down entirely.
So where are we noting these numbers now?
Just on your character sheet.
All right, any old place. All right.
Yeah, just so you can get them. And you're all going to take a hit. You're going to lose 1 proficiency each. So,
Oh. Okay. Bring it down.
Temporarily or
Temporarily.
permanently?
temporarily.
All right.
Non-temp. There you go.
There is some positive effects, however.
Hmm.
For the duration, you guys do not give a shit. So any doubt effects that you'd normally get, you're completely unfazed by.
Nice.
So, you heading up to village number 3?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well,
You
let's
are-
stagger in that direction.
you are offered a boat if you would like it.
Ah.
He has a little,
What's the nautical equivalent of staggering?
tacking.
The boat.
Excellent.
The boat is just slowly spinning as it goes down the river.
What? Using your rifle butts as paddles.
Okay, we should probably, I assume this guy is just loaning us the boat.
Yeah, he says, bring it back if you can, or bring us back some bodies from village number 3 to make up for it.
nice.
And do.
Hardcore.
Let's take the
Let's
boat.
see if we can. Let's see if we can do this. But yeah, we're fucking taking the boat.
All right. So, as
I'm
you start
gonna
to
use this partial drunkenness as an excuse to make some very bad decisions.
excellent. This is the second game in a row where my players have gotten drunk within the start of the mission. All right. So as you're drifting up the delta, sort of just randomly picking openings and just drifting down the water.
Yeah.
I'm humming "Spirit in the Sky" as a free action.
Yeah. So actually, about that, as you're humming, you're noticing it's starting to get a lot more quiet in the jungle around you. The birds are stopping with their bird sounds, and the insect buzzing has, well, not stopped, diminished a little bit. You can no longer hear the howling of monkeys in the treetops.
Uh-huh.
So,
Shit, lads.
who
better
of
get
you
it
is
together.
piloting the boat? Just real quick.
Churba.
All right.
Sure,
Nice.
So, Churba, you have dedicated your action to keeping this boat going forward. But the other two, what are you doing as you drift down and things start quieting?
I
Well-
have I have grown suspicious, and so I'm going to use the telescopic sight on my rifle as a binocular.
And you're gonna search it out. So roll your vigilance. We're getting a lot of play out of that stat.
What am I rolling?
Just straight roll your vigilance.
So
this is an observe check. So
what am I like? So how
as
many
d6s as your vigilance?
Thank you. There you go. So 8d6. Rolling.
That's -1 from drunkenness, right?
No, that's your proficiency.
That's a proficiency. So I've got 1 1, 4 6s, and then
dang
2, 3 5.
Despite your drunken state, you
one more time? You kind of glitched out for a sec. What?
Sorry. Despite your drunken state, you notice that something's going down, and you make a excellent sentry action with a pile of successes. That means that before they open fire, a full 140 meters down the way, you spot your 130 meters down the river. You spot what looks like a squad of 3. Oh, keep in mind you have 3 rifleman buddies who are like watching you guys get plastered. So, just not saying anything. So, you see 3 Vietnam.
They know better. They know what happened last time.
You don't even have a name tag. So you see 3. Well, you don't know if they're VC, but they are 3 people in the traditional black pajamas who are sort of nestled behind it and around a grove of trees at the bend of the river. They're all armed with, rifles and various other weapons, and they seem to be waiting for you to pass by.
Guys, they might be ninjas.
I, being the pragmatist that I am, well, are you going to tell us about them, Victor? First off?
Anything I see, you see. So
it's
implied.
Being the pragmatist that I am, I'm not going to take any chances, and I'm going to get our riflemen to train their weapons on them. And
I'm also having a slight deviation in my usual peace-loving idealism due to drunkenness. I'm going to take the first shot.
Nice.
What?
So
okay.
They know you're here, so you don't.
I'm a sniper.
That's true.
That's what I do.
So I would like you to roll your only action available to you with your bolt action rifle, if you're using that.
Yeah.
It is precision shot, so just roll your proficiency plus 5.
Okay.
And also you have your scope, so there's 3 of them. One of them's got like a proper assault rifle. One of them's got a battle rifle, and one of them looks like he looks like he might only have a pistol, but he might have some grenades or something like that.
Okay.
So which one are you going to shoot?
Can I try to hit a grenade?
No, don't try to do that.
So I have to roll. I have a proficiency of 9 right now because I drank.
Yep.
So I roll 9 d6s, and then whatever I get, I add what? I add 5 to it, or?
No. Roll 14 d6s.
14 d6s. I can deal with that.
Yeah. Dice are always unmodified in this game.
All right, cool. Here we go. So rolling. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. 1, 2,
Jesus.
2 1s.
All right. So did you get any 5s?
I got 1, 2 5s.
Oh my god. So that is a kill shot. You obliterated a dude basically. Like you actually
Did I hit the grenade?
I'm gonna say you did. You didn't hit any. The grenade does not affect any of the other ones. It's just comedically like the guy just disappears because you actually did as much damage as is necessary to not leave a body. It's ridiculous. So yeah, somebody just like one of the guys just disappears above the waist and splashes into the river. And
I immediately take a free action.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna wave and yell out, "Hi guys," real loud.
So they know that you know that they know. So Nelson,
well, I think the shooting at them probably fucking tipped them off.
Yeah. So Nelson, are you gonna take some shots here?
Yeah.
Wait. Can we find out whether or not the remaining two people have pissed themselves?
Well, actually,
I think this is all in
there
a
are
split second.
specific rules for how much doubt they take in this situation, and it's a lot.
And also, since they're at this distance in the black pajamas, I don't think you'd be able to tell.
Yeah,
That's true.
no.
See,
I
he's
mean,
smart.
They've
He wore the
probably
brown pants today.
they've probably been wading through the water. You can't tell what
Yeah.
looks the same. But yeah. So basically, if you want to know the psychological effects of this, it is actually worse than them coming close to the brink of death from thirst. So.
We're just like fucking destroying everything we've encountered so far. That it
Well,
isn't
we've only encountered 3 people so far.
And you brought all these rules. You guys are the opposite of my last group. Nelson.
We killed
finish
the old
it.
man before this. We destroyed him.
I'm gonna open fire, and I'm also going to yell "open fire"
All right.
to
So-
our other dudes.
You've got your battle rifle. You've got a choice here. You can make suppressive fire or precision fire. So suppressive fire, actually, suppression in this game is really bad. It reduces their proficiency as well as how far they can move.
I am going to go for precision fire with the assumption that again, I'm pragmatic, so I've been thinking through all this stuff. I'm going to go with precision fire under the assumption that our nameless GIs are going to just shoot wildly.
All right, cool. I'll roll the nameless GIs if you roll your stuff right now.
Yes, I need to roll... How much? 8?
Your vigilance, and then you're making precision fire, so add 4.
Vigilance plus 4.
Meanwhile, we're still lazily drifting towards them down the river.
What's this drifting? I'm steering a fucking boat.
Are my successes 5s because I have battle rifle?
Yes.
Excellent.
And I want you to know that your comrades are fucking useless.
I know, right?
One set of hits.
Told ya.
Well, that's why they don't have names.
Yeah.
1, 2 successes and 2 failures. Oof.
So your gun doesn't jam, lucky for you, and you just managed to score a hit. So you cause 1 injury to somebody.
Okay.
Let me randomize that real quick. All right, and then yes, you wing them, and then another guy he manages to score 2 successes. And let's see which one he hits. All right, so the guy you winged catches another bullet a second later from one of your useless rifleman friends who are shooting everything but the target area. Seriously, one of these guys rolled no successes at all.
I went
Nice.
to the stormtrooper school.
He's just pulling a Keanu Reeves lying on his back and shooting into the sky.
I can't see a thing in this helmet.
I told you we shouldn't have bought all that LSD. Now we had to share it because we bought enough for everybody.
The one useful guy among your allies manages to hit both of the remaining VC. The guy you winged quite hard, and the other guy just a little.
Nice.
Not only that, but this is a lot of suppression. So the VC turn rolls around, and this is not how they expected this to go. So I'm going to make some shock checks for them. Real quick.
Traditionally, no, this is not the goal of an ambush.
So the guy that you winged and who was later clipped, he passes out on the bank of the river. And the other guy, he's fine. So he's going to return fire, but rather sporadically, as he is also busy trying to hide behind the tree. So he's returning fire with his assault rifle and hits jack all. Fucking nothing. So it comes back around to your turn. Churba, how are you steering the boat? Under fire now.
I forgot to ask before, is this boat paddled or does it have like a wee 2-stroke on it or something?
You're paddling. You've got a little. Mostly, you're actually just drifting down the river, and you've got a rope on a string to act as an anchor, and you've got a rock on a string rather, and you've got a little tiller.
A rope on a string.
A rope on a string.
We should probably also have a long stick to punt.
Oh,
along.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. But we'll just assume that's sitting on the bottom of the boat, just hanging out.
Yeah,
Doing stick
you've got the 10-foot pole from the D&D manual. It's very enthusiastic to show you his paladin.
Let's see. Can I drop, since we're just drifting, can I drop steering the boat for a minute?
Absolutely.
And fucking shoot at this guy.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
What are his chances of surrendering, by the way?
You're currently over 100 meters away from him, so you can't really communicate with him.
We're very intimidating.
We're communicating with bullets.
You are communicating with bullets, and it's very effective, but the likely VC reaction to this situation is he's going to try to run away.
Or explode.
Or explode.
Following
He's
the
definitely
steps
going to
of
try and
his
explode.
comrades.
I'm going to whip out my M79 instead of steering the boat.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
When you drop the tiller, the boat starts drifting. One of the riflemen grabs it.
Yeah, just like nudge one of the Kiwis on the shoulder, and be like, "Hold this, bro."
You still got an open beer in one hand, and you're waging the grenade launcher.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually.
All right. Use up one of your concussive grenade launcher shot ammo, unless you're trying to peg him with a smoke grenade, which you cannot do in this game. And fire.
Hold on. Can you like put like something else in the grenade launcher and just try to bonk him on the head?
Nope.
No, because that would involve disassembling a round, like pulling out the grenade and stuffing something else in there, which would take too much time.
Things that you shouldn't do when drunk.
Yeah.
Disassembling grenades, trying to fire non-grenade things in a grenade launcher.
I mean, honestly, you probably shouldn't be operating a grenade launcher, but figures can't be choosies. So I want you to roll your proficiency to make this happen.
Roll my proficiency. I've got so many fucking tabs open that I'm losing everything here. So that'll be okay.
Yeah, that's the simulation of you being drunk.
Fucking hell. Rolling 10 dice.
Yes. Well, 9 dice. You are still drunk.
Oh yeah, I'm still drunk. Oh
yeah?
There's some fucking good successes in there, I'll tell you what.
All right.
There's not in this one, but still. Okay. Let's see. I got 3 6s and no 5s.
All right, so that is still sufficient to hit him, and also you hit the guy who's unconscious as well. So I'm just going to roll damage for them real quick.
Just watch unconscious guy dodge that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, these are some dead guys.
How do grenades work? How do grenades work mechanically in the game?
It's so every success you get,
normally.
every success you get meeting or exceeding the number of that you needed to hit them is somebody who is hit, and then you roll damage for each one. So unlike the other weapons where your damage is the degree of your success, their grenades are the number of people you hit is the degree of your success, and then each grenade has their own damage.
Nice.
So these concussion grenades are pretty mean. They do D3 damage, which isn't great, but they do that even if you're in fortifications, which the fragmentation grenades don't do. So yeah, you have successfully murderated your first squad of VC. They are very dead.
Wait, does any of us have a camera?
No, that is
like a selfie.
You can actually get a camera in this game as an item, but you did not bring one along.
Oh.
Okay, somebody actually, I can just write this down. Yes. Let's just say I've written down the time, rough location on the map, and fucking,
Yes.
brief engagement details.
At 10:30, you guys totally murderated 3.
In the morning.
Yes,
Nice.
10:30 a.m.
Good morning.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
So, you ready to keep drifting downriver? Or do you guys want to pull ashore and see if you can fish anything off these bodies? Either way.
I say let's keep going.
Let's on the off. I think that on the off chance they have like a map or something on them. I think maybe we should.
I'm gonna go with that. Make the brief, pragmatic decision to just not bother taking weapons and shit like that, but just give them a quick once-over for any intel we might be able to glean.
Cool.
I hope
So
the grenade guy
Victor.
wasn't I hope the grenade guy wasn't holding any intel.
Victor,
Also, let's see if they've got any, cool lighters.
So,
what's up, Miles?
Went around carrying maps of their disposition. Don't you think we would have won this war already?
But I'm counting on the fact that they're going to have a stupid one in the squad, because in every squad there's like at least one stupid guy to two smart guys.
Hey now.
I just hope this...
all right, Sherva.
It's okay, I'm pretty sure it's me.
I
don't know.
I would like you to roll vigilance to search these bodies.
Okay, now that we've fucking poodled over there in our little fucking pole boat, that was vigilance. It's a good thing that my vigilance number is exactly the same as my drunk proficiency number. I don't have to fuck around.
Should we pull one of these? Should we pull one of these dead guys onto the boat to take it back to the village number 2, just in case we make it back?
No, we don't know if these guys are from Village 3. If we're just like, here's a random Vietnamese person, they would probably think we're racist.
We totally didn't put an AK-47 in the hands of this farmer. You got any more of that liquor?
Okay. I have managed to roll 1 6 and 2 5s.
All right,
But
so
I've also rolled a 1.
that's
so
actually
I don't
great.
know if that matters.
Your search check actually pulls up a hidden document type dealie. It is not.
I fucking knew it. Nobs.
It is not a map. That would be awesome. But it is, however, it looks like it's in Russian, and it's the instruction manual, mostly visual, for a Russian 80mm mortar. So he had it hidden in between 2 layers of his sandal. So it indicates.
That's a weird place to put it.
Well, they made the sandals out of layers of
Stuff.
like tire rubber, and they would bind them together, and they would hide stuff, documents, whatever, in their boots, basically.
Derek is a man who imparts a lot of time on research for these things.
I have read so many goddamn books. Anyway, so yeah, you managed to find that. You also you dredge up the rifle and the assault rifle that they're carrying. You've got some ammunition that is not compatible with your weapon, and you managed to find 1 unexploded grenade.
Okay. Take the ammunition.
Dibs on the grenade.
Cool.
Actually, no, just leave the ammunition there. I was about to say take the ammunition and toss it in the river, but then it's just going to look like we put some weapons on some guys in black pajamas.
Now it looks like you put some ammunition.
Who's gonna come by here? USO? Stars and Stripes? We're in the jungle, man.
Let's toss the ammunition in the river.
Alright. Ammunition in the
Because
river.
that way, if some VC comes by and grabs it, that is a couple of magazines worth that he's not getting back.
Yep.
Alright, so you continue your drifting down the river, and at 11:30 a.m., you arrive at village number 3.
Hey.
So,
okay, are we still drunk?
You are. Let me just check your numbers, actually.
I swear, officer.
Because if I'm still fucking battered, let's just hope we don't run into any like.
What do you mean? What's this officer business, Nelson? You think another boat's gonna pull up next to us, woo, woo, ask us to walk a straight line on our boat?
Like, Vic, you do realize that that is the thing that happens in the real world.
They're called military police.
Vietnam.
The last campaign I wrote was primarily about trying to deal with drunken soldiers in Saigon, admittedly, but.
There's MPs, man.
You are still drunk for the time being.
Excellent.
So as you pull into the village, everybody sort of.
Dock?
No, not really. You pretty much just grind ashore, and everybody books it back to their house, like full on. And you see it's still daytime, obviously, so you can't really see all of it. But somebody shoots a flare up in the air, and it bangs like a firework.
Fuck.
I want to fucking
I
go
turn around to the rest of the squad and say, okay, remember where we parked.
And the rest of the villagers are dispersing into the jungle in small groups. They're just leaving the village as fast as possible.
All right.
Dear.
It's time to go house to house. You ready for this?
I have a suggestion. Since I'm pretty sure we're about to make contact, I suggest you call in some backups, because a platoon
What
fucking
backups?
anything on the battlefield.
What backups?
I don't know, just time to send more beer or something.
Alright. If you guys
Go yell at
watch,
HQ, for fuck's sake.
I am.
you
Is
guys
there
watch,
a-
I'll radio in HQ and see what's up.
I wonder if I can maybe take up since I have camouflage, since I have jungle camo, maybe I can take up a position in the jungle.
That's an excellent idea.
And then just give Overwatch support, you know.
All right, so
Good idea.
I would like you to roll vigilance to set up your stealth rating.
Okay.
Jerba,
I
Nelson, what are you
will-
doing in prepreparation now that you know the enemy's probably coming?
I will roll
Alright,
my
alright.
8 vigilance.
I am getting behind some form of cover, probably the edge of a hut, and I'm radioing command.
All right, that cover is as effective as you would expect a bamboo hut to be.
Yep.
All right.
Uh,
6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 4,
And-
6,
and
5,
then-
3. Okay. 4
Better than no
6s.
cover.
You radio command, and they remind you that you do still have artillery standing by. New
Excellent.
Zealanders are all fully awake now, and they have been parted from their pornography and are ready to shoot.
I want them to dial in on grid Fox 4.
Right
but
on.
Hold for whatever.
Yes.
Don't fire yet.
Firing artillery is super fun in this game. You'll love it. So, Turbo, what are you doing?
Let's see. Well, if PFC Johnson is hanging out
What am
near
I,
a hut,
Siggy Johnson?
yes, you should be SIG Johnson.
I'm going to call myself Siggy Johnson then.
Alright. Yeah, story for another time. Anyway, if Siggy there,
My mind cast about to think if I could figure out what that story might be, and came up with a whole bunch of dumb ideas.
I was never in Vietnam, at least for the war, because that was a long time before I was born. Okay, let's see. If Siggy is hiding behind a hut, then I think probably the best course of action would be to take up cover nearby, but so that I could see anyone trying to sneak up towards him, guessing that he would be in cover.
All right.
So basically, I'm taking up a covering position in cover.
Victor, how many successes did you roll?
I had 4 successes and no failures.
Basically, unless a Navy SEAL stepped on you, they would be unable to find you right now. Because you guys roll like gods. My last group killed themselves with a grenade the first time they rolled a combat action.
Random bullet warriors.
I put my dice rolls in the chat. I got a 6, 5, 6, 6, 4, 6, 2, 3.
Dang.
Holy shit!
Yeah, bitches.
So, you wait, and at around exactly noon, you spot a single individual sort of poke his head through the jungle a little bit, spot you, and pull back. And a few minutes later, the shooting starts.
Is this the jungle to the north?
This is the jungle directly to your west.
To the
Okay.
west.
They're coming
Excellent.
from the road.
Interesting.
So
All
they
right.
they don't seem to see Victor, but one of them has a light machine gun, and he opens fire at.
Shit.
They're about 200 meters away, and
Okay.
they open fire on you.
All right,
So-
I'm going to I'm gonna try to pick off the guy with the machine gun.
They're gonna have to finish their turn first.
Oh, okay.
And ooh, all right. So one of you guys is getting hit pretty bad. Let's find out which. Hey, Nelson.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel about taking 2 damage?
I don't know what that means.
It means that I want you to roll your fortitude.
Alright.
-2.
Fortitude
And-
minus 2.
And if
So
you do
4
not
D-
get at least 2 successes, it's going to be bad news for you.
Uh-oh. So that's 6. Wait, is that 6 or 4.
It's
Your
4.
force over
4.
it.
You're going 4.
4. Roll. I got 1 failure.
No successes?
Nope.
You pass out.
Oh,
Oh
geez.
no!
And your one
dear.
failure means that I get to roll on my favorite chart in the game,
Uh-oh.
which is the injury complication chart.
Uh-oh.
But you're okay. You're just bleeding.
I hope it wasn't my throat. Or
No, you're not bleeding that badly.
Wait a minute. If Nelson's down, that means he can't call in artillery.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So he's down and bleeding, and
Yeah.
that's when the other rifleman opens fire and fucking whiffs it. Nothing. No failures or successes.
Beautiful.
All right.
Well, fucking
So-
thanks for that, Private fucking useless. Jesus.
And it is now your turn.
Let's see.
Your ablative guys really should have took that, but I assigned each of you a number on a dice, and none of them got it.
Can I steal Nelson's radio?
No. You don't know well how to radio
and-
people.
You're a good distance away. Nelson, do you want to be a generic rifleman?
Am I still passed out?
Yes, so you're going to be a generic rifleman until you come to. You have 7 in all your stats and a battle rifle.
Excellent. I want to precision fire on that machine gunner.
Roll it! Well, you're going to be shooting a squad, but roll it.
Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
7?
Yep.
Boom.
Victor, start setting up your roll, too.
I have 3
All
6, 2 1s.
I'm gonna take out the machine gun guy too, in case
3
Nelson
6s,
doesn't.
2 1s.
Yep.
So you hit one guy pretty hard.
Cool.
Yep. So you see one of the guys who is accompanying the machine gunner gets winged pretty bad in the arm. What did you get, Nelson?
What?
Oh, guys.
Or
guys.
Victor, rather. Oh, my good lord.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so
Nice God. They love me, man.
let me roll his. Yeah, he's out. So the machine gunner drops like a sack of potato bags, and Nelson's guy. Oh my God! These are the worst Viet Cong I've yet played. He actually is still conscious, barely.
And that's what you get from following fucking communism.
Their roles have been equally distributed, which is why they're getting the middle ranges.
Can we order one of those other schmucks that we've got with us to go patch up Nelson?
Yeah, sure. So
Well, actually,
one of
that's what I was going to
Well,
do on the
there's
next turn. Was going to run over and make sure he's all
yeah,
right.
so one of them has some medical training, so he's going to roll over and he's going to. Are you going to? Do you want him to try to patch up the injury, stop the bleeding, or get him conscious?
Stop the
Yes.
Which one? He's got to work it one at a time.
Stop the bleeding.
All right. Let's see. How are? Oh, nice. All right, cool. So I rolled a whole pile of successes here. I rolled no shit. 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 1.
Ha!
Nelson, you're in good hands.
So I
Yeah,
have
so-
more blood now than I did before.
Yes, you recovered some blood.
He's
Somehow.
just full to bursting. He's like swollen up with fucking blood.
There is blood transfusion rules in this game, so he just gives you a pack of blood plasma like you drink it.
Nice.
So,
I'm not sure if that's how that works, but okay.
Are you the one with medical training?
Realistic military simulation.
Doctor,
So realistic.
Doctor, is this safe? I have no idea.
All right. So, Chirva, you have been spared the duty of having to prevent Nelson from bleeding to death. So, what are you going to be up to?
Oh man.
The duty of having to overfill Nelson with blood.
Yes.
Well, how many Viet Cong are left?
So it looks like there might have been 4 of them, plus one guy who's out in the jungle somewhere that you can't see.
I have a grenade.
Don't try to throw that grenade. You're too far away.
Yeah, probably.
Can I observation and try and discern the location of Mr. Jungle?
Absolutely. Roll your vigilance.
Because if you find him, even if you can't hit him, I can. Probably.
All right. let's see, random.org.
And I'm gonna roll your remaining rifleman, just shooting generically.
Nice. Okay.
So his gun jams.
For fuck's sake.
So we know who the idiot is among the 3 NPCs.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of that guy when we're done fucking everything up here. You straight won't believe this roll, so I'm just gonna quickly take a screenshot.
Oh Jesus! At around this time,
can't be any more ridiculous than some of my rolls. Jeez.
At around this time in my last game, they were in the middle of a bar fight with machetes. Both of them were bleeding out on the floor. That's where everybody else in the bar. Like it was just, melee rolls went very poorly all around.
I'll fucking throw up the screenshot on Imager in just a bit, but we have 4 6s, 2 5s, a 4, a 3, and a 1.
Oh my god.
Wow. So not only did you see him, but suddenly the guy who's been hiding in the jungle has started and turned into neon green camo.
Yeah,
I didn't just see him. I've fucking met his family and fucked his sister. That's how well I know this.
So, yeah, you easily spot him. You see that he's creeping around to the north, and he has got. Well, actually, you know who this is. You roll enough successes that this is Mad Dog.
Oh shit!
Wow.
So he's smeared in camouflage paint.
Taking the shot.
His SMG. Actually, it's going to be his turn first, and the rest of the Viacon's turn first. So
and I assume he's very angry about his sister.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fucking pissed. So the machine gun team, who are rather effed up, the 2 remaining healthy members of the machine gun team, one of them grabs the machine gun, drops his own weapon, and the other one, him and the other one, they peel off as fast as they can, which isn't that fast because they're looking for an opening, and they move some 200 meters up north. So, and they disappear into the jungle to everybody but Sherba, who is fully aware of where they are at all times.
I'm apparently like fucking Laser Eyes McGee over here.
So, and
Sherba and me.
The Mad Dog makes his approach on the village very slowly. So he crawls forward and he throws a grenade into one of the huts that begins sparking and burning, and as the hut burns, a cloud of smoke drifts between him and you.
Uh-oh.
So this is a smoke screen, and the way that it works is it makes it more difficult. It's basically the same as if he was farther away now. So you need more successes to hit him accurately.
I don't think we'll have a problem with that, to be honest.
Yeah, we've been having a pretty good run of luck. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to hit him.
All right. Roll for it.
All right, here we go. Rolling my my vigilance. Let's go.
Proficiency.
Oh, proficiency. Okay, rolling my proficiency. So that's 9d6. Are we still drunk?
You are at the tail end of drunkenness.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, here we go. Rolling.
You want to get into a firefight without being appropriately lit.
Yeah. Okay. I have. I'll copy this in.
Come on, Vic. Fucking drop this prick.
Take the shot.
I got it. Here we go. Copy and.
Fucking ruin it.
Oh, there's a 1 at the end there. Here we go.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Wow.
I'm starting
to.
I gotta tell you, I'm beginning to doubt how good this Wizards of the Coast dice roller is because nobody's that fucking lucky.
Yeah, so you hit him like square right in the chest.
In the chest, my ass! I hit him between the fucking eyes!
The difficulty to hit him is doubled because of the smoke screen. But he whiffs his... he doesn't fail. He doesn't foobar it. He's not actually bleeding or anything like that. But he passes right out. Just boop, drops. So
drilled him.
Yeah, and so it is the rest of you guys' turn, and he is unconscious. And I get to roll for the bleeding of the other guy. Oh, he dead.
Wait, so he
dead.
He's got a 308 in the chest and he's unconscious?
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
Have you seen him?
Kill him at the end of the raid?
Jesus. Okay, so...
Can we order that medic that's fixing up Nelson to actually wake him up?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll have him roll to wake up Nelson. That is not a single success and a failure. So he just sort of slaps Nelson around a little bit. Wake up! Wake up! You don't feel it.
Why is it that I get the feeling that, like, our fucking side squad here are basically us from every other game we play on this show?
Especially the Terminator ones.
Yeah, one of them. I was just about to say one of them's capoeiraing off in the corner.
Jesus. Okay, so that should be pretty much all of the VC accounted for, I think.
All right.
Two of them
We've wiped Mad Dog.
Two of them are running back up north.
I want to.
Are they trying to flee the battle?
They are absolutely trying to flee.
I want
Alright.
to go. I want to leave my cover and go and finish off Mad Dog.
No. We should grab him alive, because I reckon taking him alive back to his old man is probably going to engender more goodwill for us in the future.
Fine.
That's probably the pragmatic choice. And also, aren't you an idealistic chap who doesn't fucking execute unconscious people?
Yeah,
Or
I would
which is
actually.
he hit
probably a
Nelson.
little bit
If
of-
we weren't drunk,
So did
I
the
would-
medic. I don't see you fucking executing him.
All right,
you were-
fine.
if you
Yeah,
were-
fair enough. Fair enough.
What's great is that there is a skill in this game for executing people, which
Aw.
is and like a full action dedicated to it, and the skill for it is not available to idealists.
Yeah, all right. That's fair enough. I'm idealistic. Yes, let us go and tie up Mad Dog. I want his dog tags. I want whatever identification he has as a souvenir, though.
All right, so you all pile around him, and you got the submachine gun, which looks really nice. So, I mean, it's mechanically indistinguishable from the ones that you have, but it's really nice.
Does it take the same ammo as my? Does it take the same ammo as my?
Oh yeah, everything takes the same ammo in this game. If it's
Really?
not a heavy machine gun.
Machine gun.
I am swiping his fully sick subby then.
All right.
Oh, damn it.
You find another of those incendiary grenades that he was using.
Mhm.
Choice.
And you find on his person, you do find some identification papers, both ones issued by the South Vietnamese government and what looks like some sort of tax registration form from the north.
Well, he can't be all that bad. I mean, he pays his taxes.
Exactly.
All right. So,
It's a
Sure,
notice
but
of
can you-
debts incurred.
sure, but can you go and make sure Nelson's woken up? I'll drag his ass over to the boat.
All right, we quickly restrain him with a shitload of duct tape,
All right.
Mhm.
and then
He's basically
Drag him on back.
cocooned in duct tape right now.
Yep,
And then-
and while Vic drags him back, I'll just kind of cruise over and quickly check on Nelson, and then I just realized we should probably put out that hut.
Yeah, the fire's rapidly spreading to the neighboring huts. So this
Uh,
sparking.
we've-
Actually, you
We've
kind
been
of
listening to what to what the Vietnamese say around the place about fucking us. And I just know that we're going to get blamed for this because, like the Americans, we're white. So
as the fire spreads to one of the nearby huts, it starts like exploding a little bit, and you're like, oh, that's probably where they kept all the ammo. You just hear it popping like popcorn in the background.
Like 80s action movie, you know.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. There's fireworks going off everywhere. Big propane tank explosion. Michael Bay's sitting off at the side. More.
Accessories.
this could be a problem.
Well, not ours. I mean, it's a tragedy, but we're not firefighters. What are we gonna do?
So, but you do know.
Throw water on it, maybe.
You have a bucket in your equipment?
You take the little tin from your canteen and just like. So you do notice, however.
Sorry,
there's-
this is an action movie, not an action comedy.
I don't know.
I tried. I'm still drunk. Fuck it.
Yeah. So, Nelson, you are. I'm just gonna, because our medic is completely useless. I'm gonna have everybody help out until somebody produces some successes. So the other guy, nothing. Oh fuck. Oh, there we are. So you're conscious again. You're a little worse for wear. So all your stats are reduced by 2, but you are back to being a person.
Am I still drunk?
Absolutely. Actually, it is now 1 o'clock, and none of you are drunk.
Fucking Cinderella of bars over here. Strikes 1.
Negative 2 all stats. Okay.
Right on.
Okay.
So, but you're no longer drunk, so you get that 1 point back.
Cool.
On your proficiency. So they've retreated to the north, and you haven't found mortars in the village, though you have Mad Dog. He is quite unconscious, and you don't know how much you'd get out of him anyway, as he's got a giant hole in his chest that maybe someone should look at. But what do you do after dragging his ass to the boat?
I think we should proceed.
We could assign like 1 or 2 of, actually probably 2 of our NPC bros to hang out here. Maybe Nelson could radio back to camp to point out that we have a what's her name?
Hostage.
Not
Prisoner?
quite. That's the one. Who is a, I don't know,
Enemy combatant?
high-level MVLA? Well,
I don't think he is. He's like a local boy.
He's high-level MBA.
We'll say he's locally important and he plays for the NBA or some shit, end quote.
I don't think Command really cares about us. Not
Command
to,
is,
like...
Command is one guy drinking in half a tent.
Yeah,
Can we roll for Command?
Discord is ranks, but I don't think Command really cares.
Look, can I just make a can I just point something out here? There are no civilians left in this village. They have all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that this is where they're keeping the ammo for the mortars and stuff, because shit's exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nelson, the best thing for everyone, to save the most lives in the long run.
Like the rest of the village on fire.
Yeah, just, no, Nelson, not on fire. Nelson.
If that's what the ammo is.
Call an airstrike.
On the village.
Let's get out of the village. Let's get out of the village. On our boat, float our asses back on down to village number 2, and Nelson call an airstrike on the village. Blow the whole fucking thing up.
I'm looking at the map. Can we get from village number 3 on that the northernmost little stream, river, tiny little stream?
The brown line is a ridge.
No, not the brown line. You see northwest, like Grid Echo 4?
Yes, you can totally keep going, but it's uphill. But that doesn't matter at all.
Okay. As long as it's navigable, I say we get on the boat and take that one towards the northwest, and when we get past the village, we call in an airstrike.
Does that sound agreeable?
I don't know. I kind of think just blowing up all the mortar ammo is kind of enough.
Well, but we need to capture these mortars and decommission them and execute with extreme prejudice.
We can probably blame it on the Americans if we just shell the village.
That's true.
This is true.
And you get to roll the best rolls in the game.
Are you ready for this?
Okay. Wait, before we shell the village,
I'm starting to get like actual hungry here. Let's just blow up the village and call it a day.
All right, cool. So
before we blow up the village, however,
right,
I quickly
we need to get our asses out of there.
Scroll down a note that says, "This is what you get for fucking around with fucking communists. Tear it off, drop it on the floor, put a little rock on it so it stays there, and run back to the boat."
I picture you put it down, start walking away, turn around, put a rock on. The artillery is on the way. Everyone's like, get in the boat. All right, so your request for an airstrike against a non-military target is denied, but
I didn't request the airstrike yet.
Oh, we'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Are we far enough from the village?
Absolutely. You drift down the river a ways.
Okay, we're drifting down the river. I radio in. Command, this is whatever the fuck our squad name is.
Whatever the fuck actual. That's your actual call sign. Come in. Roger. Roger, whatever the fuck. This is who gives a shit.
No. Command, we have an EI squad in the southeast quadrant of Foxtrot 4. Oh no, we're using Australian ones. Who are the Australian ones?
It's just
is that
standard. It's fine.
Okay. Foxtrot 4, we have an EI squad. We are requesting 1 HE round downrange.
All right.
For ranging, because it's Vietnam and we didn't have, like...
Excellent idea. So, the great thing is that ranging shots are actually built into the way that you roll artillery.
Excellent!
So, here's how you roll your ranging shot.
Mm-hmm.
Roll your vigilance, which you're using for forward air control.
Mm-hmm.
Or forward artillery, rather. So, you roll that vigilance.
Alright, so I have -2, so it's 8, right?
Yep.
Boom.
So, how many 6s and how many 1s did you get?
I got 1 6, I got 2 1s.
Alright, so that's everything that hits, that's your ranging shot.
Okay.
Pick up everything that wasn't a 6 and a 1 and roll, or a 5. 5s count too.
Yep.
So pick up everything that wasn't a success or a failure and roll them again. Here's our second shot. That's how you do volleys.
5. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to roll 5. 1 6, 2 1s.
Alright.
Or, sorry, 1 6, 1 1.
Alright. Pick up everything that's not a success and a failure and roll it again.
3.
And that'll be our
2
our
6.
volley. Nice. So that was 6 total? Successes?
Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
I will note that while we're floating down the river and Nelson's calling in the shots and Churba's looking at the river, looking at the exploding village, probably with a bit of glee on his face, my character is sad, but understanding that this is just the way it needs to be.
Sad that there's not nearly enough victory points.
While my character is radioing in these things, they kind of pull out a cigarette with their teeth and they light it.
Well, you're doing it all with one arm as you're
Yes.
hideously mangled.
Yeah. Is Mad Dog still unconscious?
Yes, he's still unconscious in the bottom of the boat, face down.
Okay, I was going to roll him over and give him a smoke, but, you know,
Is he still
if he's
bleeding?
unconscious, I'm not going to waste my time.
hope he's
He is still breathing, hopefully, but you're all a little distracted by the sight of the epically exploding village. As 6 artillery successes is pretty much enough to level anything.
Nice.
So the adventure ends with a lot of you floating downriver with huge explosions in the background.
This is
The-
basically...
The
I'm
nephew of
linking
the
an
village
image.
chief in your boat, thinking about how much booze this is going to get you.
I've linked an image back. This is basically all of us facing the village. You... Yep, fuck that village.
Yeah. So it is 1:30 p.m. and you have successfully killed like 7 people. Actually, no. You killed 5 people, blew up a village, got drunk, and didn't find your mortars that you were looking for, but you got the ammo.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and none of our GIs died.
Twice.
What?
We're getting drunk. We got drunk twice. 'Cause
Indeed.
Sure as hell, we're getting drunk when we bring that guy to the village.
Yeah, the
And-
sequel to this becomes a cop drama as the single member of command. You're loose cannons!
And we made sure... No, we can't be loose cannons. We left a note.
It's true! The paperwork is done. Alright. That was
That was a good game.
tactics.
So, yeah.
Comes back with the note in the first place.
That was good.
All right. That was a good game.
That worked out
Okay,
about
this
as well.
game is not.
We should save these character
This
sheets
game is
for another
not
time.
yet published. This game is not yet published, but Kickstarter, right?
I'm sorry, you turned into a complete robot for the
Eric.
entire duration.
Okay, I said this game is not yet out, but you're going to be putting a Kickstarter for it out soon,
Yes,
right?
hopefully within like a week or two.
Okay.
Maybe a little longer. It depends on how long it takes to get book proofs back, which is
Right.
scary and new for me, new territory.
Ooh.
But I'm basically finishing it up. Like I'm filling in a glossary. We've been testing it constantly. Like editing is miserable, but it's finally done. This is like my first big book.
Hey, well, congratulations. Let us know when when the Kickstarter is up. We will, of course, plug it in the show because we want you to sell lots of these because it's fun.
Thank you.
And I guess
We
that's
will
about
return.
that.
So yeah, when the Kickstarter is the Kickstarter actually going on right now?
It is not yet.
Not
I
yet.
want to
Okay,
get
when the
book proofs
Kickstarter is
back.
going on, we should get you back to continue the adventures of Squad, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Wallaby.
whatever the
Wallaby
fuck.
Squad.
Wallaby Squad. I like it.
We got
I
a
can dig
continued adventure of Hawkeye, Frank, and Siggy.
Yeah. Sounds
I'm
pretty
actually
good.
I'm gonna make a copy of this for posterity.
Nice.
Copy made.
I have all of these Google Docs, and they will remain forever in my Google Doc. So.
All right. Well, that's about it. Hope you got. This show is probably going to be about an hour and 20 minutes long. So for those of you who have stuck out and listened, this has been another exciting episode of Acceptable Vices. Next time on Acceptable Vices, maybe we'll play Derek's Magical Girl game. Or
Yes,
something.
Five Across the Heart is
Five
actually
Across the Heart.
it's a fun game now.
Uh-oh. But until then, you will hear from us next week on Friday Night Party Line. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Whoa. Whew.
That's what you
Good
get
God.
fucking around with
What
communists.
is it good for? Don't leave me fucking hanging.